Dive into the incredible true story of Lyudmila Pavlichenko, the deadliest female sniper in history, feared by the Nazis as Lady Death. Born in Ukraine in 1916, this fierce tomboy and university student became an amateur sharpshooter before World War II changed everything. When Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, Lyudmila volunteered for the Red Army infantry, refusing to be sidelined as a nurse. Armed with a Mosin-Nagant rifle, she turned the battlefields of Odessa and the brutal Siege of Sevastopol into her deadly domain. With 309 confirmed kills, including dozens of enemy snipers who hunted her, Pavlichenko became a nightmare for Axis forces. The Germans even broadcast desperate offers over loudspeakers, "Lady Death, come over to us, you will not be harmed." But she never wavered. Wounded multiple times, grieving lost comrades and a lover, she was eventually pulled from the front lines and sent on a groundbreaking 1942 tour of the United States and Canada. There, she charmed and challenged audiences, befriended Eleanor Roosevelt, met President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and fiercely advocated for opening a second front against Hitler, all while shutting down sexist questions with razor-sharp wit. From the trenches of Crimea to the White House, this is the untold tale of courage, heartbreak, and unbreakable resolve. Lyudmila Pavlichenko wasn't just a sniper, she was a symbol of women's strength in the fight against fascism. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more stories of forgotten WW2 heroes, especially the fearless women who changed history.
In the blood-soaked battlefields of World War II's Eastern Front, where Hitler's Nazi war machine clashed with the unyielding Red Army in a fight to the death, one woman struck terror into the hearts of German soldiers like no other. They called her Lady Death, a beautiful, determined Ukrainian sniper whose deadly accuracy claimed 309 confirmed kills, including 36 enemy snipers, making her the most lethal female marksman in history. Lyudmila Pavlichenko wasn't just a soldier. She was a nightmare in human form, a ghost who picked off fascists from the shadows and turned the tide in some of the war's fiercest sieges. Born on July 12, 1916, in the Ukrainian town of Bila Tserkva, Lyudmila was a fiery tomboy from the start. Competitive to her core, she refused to let boys outshine her, in sports, in grit, in anything. At 14, her family moved to Kiev, where she discovered her true calling, shooting. After overhearing a neighbor's son brag about his marksmanship, young Lyudmila stormed to a local rifle club and honed her skills until she earned the prestigious Voroshilov sharpshooter badge. By her late teens, she was an amateur champion, working factory shifts by day and studying history at Kyiv University by night, dreaming of becoming a teacher. But on June 22, 1941, everything shattered. Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, invading the Soviet Union in a blitz of tanks, bombs, and brutality. At 25, Lyudmila, already a single mother after a brief teenage marriage, rushed to the Odessa recruiting office, demanding to join the infantry. The officers laughed, pushing her toward nursing duties. Women aren't accepted, they sneered, but Lyudmila pulled out her sharpshooter credentials and refused to back down. Assigned to the Red Army's 25th Rifle Division, she became one of just 2,000 female snipers trained by a desperate motherland. Only 500 would survive the war. Her baptism of fire came quickly during the Siege of Odessa. In August 1941, she claimed her first 2 kills, German officers at 400 meters. "Dead fascists are good fascists," she later said coldly. Over 2 brutal months, her tally soared to 187 confirmed kills. As Romanian and German forces overran Odessa, her unit evacuated by sea to Sevastopol in Crimea, where the real hell awaited. For 8 months in 1941 to 1942, Lyudmila fought in the epic Siege of Sevastopol, training other snipers while racking up kills in savage close-quarters duels. She mastered the art of patience, camouflaged for days in the freezing mud, outwitting enemy counter-snipers. The Germans knew her name, blaring propaganda over loudspeakers. "Lyudmila Pavlichenko, come over to us. We'll give you chocolate and make you an officer." When bribes failed, threats followed. "If we catch you, we'll tear you into 309 pieces." By May 1942, her official count hit 257. Promoted to lieutenant, She fell in love with fellow officer Alexei Kitsenko amid the chaos, their brief romance a rare light in the darkness. But tragedy struck. Kitsenko was mortally wounded by shrapnel. Then, in June, a mortar blast shattered Lyudmila's face with shrapnel. Evacuated by submarine, she spent a month recovering, her total kills frozen at an astonishing 309. The Soviet command pulled her from the front, turning Lady Death into a global icon. In 1942, she toured Canada, the US, and Britain. Urging the Allies to open a second front against Hitler, she became the first Soviet citizen welcomed to the White House by President Franklin Roosevelt. There, she bonded with First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, who invited her on a whirlwind US tour. American press obsessed over her looks. "Where do you hide your uniform?" one reporter asked. Lyudmila fired back in Chicago. "Gentlemen, I am 25 years old and have killed 309 fascist invaders. Don't you think you've been hiding behind my back for too long?" The crowd erupted in cheers. Folk singer Woody Guthrie immortalized her in song. "More than 300 Nazi hound fell by your gun." After the war, Lyudmila finished her degree, worked as a naval historian, and battled PTSD, depression, and alcoholism in silence. Her friendship with Eleanor endured. Letters flew across the Iron Curtain, and they reunited in Moscow in 1957. On October 10, 1974, at age 58, a stroke claimed the unbreakable sniper who had stared down death countless times. Lyudmila Pavlichenko wasn't just a killer. She was a symbol of defiance, proving women could fight harder, shoot straighter, and endure more than anyone imagined. In a war that devoured millions, Lady Death rose as an eternal legend, fierce, fearless, and forever victorious.